One of the most entertaining shows to binge on Netflix is Riverdale. This show has been running since 2017, with 6 seasons in total. The 7th and final season of Riverdale is set to premiere in 2023. Season 6 ended with Summer on July 31st, and it also revealed a lot of new storylines and twists. Some of them were kind of unexpected. In this video, we're going to discuss and rank all the quote-unquote interesting plot lines in Riverdale. Stay tuned. Starting easy, how does Veronica own a speakeasy? Veronica is a high school student with ownership of a speakeasy with alcohol. Just how? And the fact that it was a pretty happening place with legal-aged people visiting quite often, and no one cared to question how a 16 to 17-year-old was running the place? The speakeasy was also not drama-free. It saw its fair share of dirty business, including Hiram's, the man who fathers the high schooler speakeasy owner. This is ridiculous, but something no one really cared to question after some time. You gotta do what you gotta do to survive, we think. Also, Betty and Jughead share a half-brother, their parents dating, and all of them live together under one roof. We don't even understand how this storyline made sense to the producers. Betty and Jughead began dating in season 1 of the show. Jughead was shown as a South Side serpent, and Betty was a high ponytail-wearing good girl with a dark side. We knew that Jughead and Betty's parents had a history from the start, but we didn't realize the producers might be interested in revisiting burnt-out flames. When Betty's father was out of the picture after the whole Black Hood fiasco, her mother Alice started to date F.P. Jones. Also, while Alice was busy being in the cult, she put Betty on the streets by selling the family house to give money to Edgar. Jughead's mother bought the Cooper house and invited the Cooper sisters to stay with them. Side note, so Betty and Jughead, 2 high school kids, also get to live together. Anyway, soon after, Alice and F.P. Jones get back together and continue to date and live under the same roof as the high school couple, Jughead and Betty. Also, if the parents' dating wasn't damaging enough for the Betty and Jughead shippers, Riverdale producers decided to give F.P. and Alice a child as well in season 3, which means Jughead and Betty are actually half-siblings, since Alice had a baby with FP and gave it up for adoption. What in the name of incest is this jumbled-up storyline? Our moral compass is lagging. We're not sure how to feel about this. It gets a little ridiculous when Archie survives getting mauled by a bear. The way this show paints Archie as a hero who gets through life by singing and showing off his six-pack abs is just overplayed if you ask us. No, really, this guy is literally attacked by a bear in season 3, and he survives it without medical care, literally hiding away in a trunk. First of all, do we really need such storylines? How did this contribute to anything? Also, surviving a bear attack without medical care is impossible. In most cases, the chances of survival are slim regardless of medical attention. And here, Archie gets through a bear attack with the power vested in him by his six-pack abs. They say he was saved by rangers, but he was literally in an underground trunk. This storyline literally doesn't make sense. It isn't factually correct. We also don't know how he has no scratches anywhere. Drop your skincare routine, Mr. High School Musical. We want to see something. Speaking of ridiculous, a jealous Cheryl hosts a swingers party in season 5. Now listen up, call us vanilla, but this storyline had us confused. Riverdale has a lot going on at all times, and Cheryl is an important character to add spice to the drama. Oh, the spice she added here. The concept of a swingers party is that all romantic partners participating get to switch partners and have sex with them. So of course, when Cheryl wanted to win back a very pregnant Toni in season 5, she threw a swingers party and rigged the game in a way where she'd end up spending the night with Toni. The wild issue here is how all couples in the show seemed super down to doing this. They were almost fond of it. These couples that participated were shown to be in very serious monogamous relationships. So why the hurry to switch partners? Also, how did this show about serpents and murderers turn into an opportunity for kink experimentation? Please, make it stop. Our crazy meter is ringing. Jughead fakes his own death in season 4. High school students are around 15 to 17 years of age, and since the cast was all at the end of their high school education, believably, they should be 17. So how is a 17-year-old faking his own death? And where are all the parents? Oh wait, they were in on it. So a huge chunk of season 4 was basically beating about the bush, is Jughead dead or not? Fans didn't really think they'd kill him off, and they were right, since the episode To Die For in season 4 revealed that he faked his own death to hide from Stonewall prep students who wanted to murder him. No laws in this city, only kids trying to literally kill each other over high school drama. Call it GTA Riverdale. Also, the buildup of this storyline is just bad. Once Jughead revealed he was alive, we didn't get to see Stonewall prep kids on screen. We know it's an over-the-top storyline, but don't be shy. Play the whole thing out for us now. Give us some justice. Also, it gets crazier. Did Jughead take a trip to Aliendale? Season 5 Jughead is a published author struggling to make ends meet, and Jughead also seems to be battling an addiction to drugs and alcohol. Now, we don't know if this whole storyline was literally extracted based on Jughead's drug addictions, or if there are very real aliens visiting Riverdale. Riverdale. We know that Jughead takes some shrooms to kickstart his writer's brain, but then gets abducted by aliens in the episode Fire in the Sky. So is this the shrooms, or is this for real? Someone asked for the dealer's number. We have questions. Jughead's character was already complex enough. It didn't need a drug problem as well, if you ask us. The viewer verdict is that it was probably Jughead tripping on shrooms, and then making it everyone else's problem. Ever heard of a bad trip, Mr. Writer? The ridiculousness has hit a peak. They literally have superpowers. Saving the best for last, these kids took a trip to Hogwarts and came back a little different, we think. We saw a lot of ridiculous storylines and we accepted all of them, sometimes even with a grain of salt, but there was acceptance. But then they got superpowers in Season 6. These kids went from pom-poms and Dungeons & Dragons to being Marvel rejects. There was a bomb explosion in episode Unbelievable of Season 6, and with this explosion, somehow everyone got superpowers. So these kids are truly stuck in their multiverse of madness, it seems. Cheryl goes from being a witch to channeling her inner Super Saiyan in Season 6, with all that hand action. Riverdale was literally okay without superheroes. Like, the writers of this show have had way too much freedom with the storyline already. They could have stopped at cults and witches. Now we have Cheryl fighting astrophysics by trying to stop a comet from destroying Riverdale. Please, y'all need to stop. This whole show is like a bad LSD trip if you ask us. We feel for you, Season 5 Jughead. We've seen things too. On to other related news. Who is Cole Sprouse dating? Cole Sprouse was with Lily Reinhart for some time, but the two broke it off after they were struggling to make it work for various reasons. Most of us were sad about it, but Sprouse has been dating someone new since 2021. He's smitten in love with Ari Fournier, a Canadian-based model signed with Premier Model Management. We don't know how long they've been together, but ever since they were captured holding hands and taking a walk in Vancouver, Canada, they've tried to be a bit more public about the relationship, but Fournier gets a lot of hate from Cole Sprouse fans. Sprouse said, "Followers report everything about Ari and me as bullying, and it gets taken down pretty immediately," in an interview with E! News. The negative comments might keep them off social media, but this just means their love stays private and becomes stronger through all the hate. Camila Mendes in a thriller movie set to release on Netflix. Mendes is seen starring alongside Maya Hawke in the trailer of the thriller movie Do Revenge, set to release on Netflix on September 16th. This movie is described as a Gen Z dark comedy, and Mendes' character is out to get revenge on her ex-boyfriend who leaked their sex tape. Maya Hawke and Camila Mendes' characters are working together to take revenge on the people who have wronged them. Described as a subverted Hitchcockian dark comedy by Netflix, we can't wait to see Camila playing a lead role in a thriller movie. We've already marked our calendars for September 16th. That's a wrap for this video. Which out of these plot twists do you think is the most ridiculous? Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.